Hi viewers, I'm Hannah, and for my thesis for the senior project, I decided that I'm going to focus my topic on cyberbullying related suicide and what the proper punishment should be for perpetrators of cyberbullying. This is a pretty heated topic in the legal community, and well, not just the legal community, everybody, because this is a topic that hits a little too close to home. And everyone agrees that some sort of punishment should be inflicted on perpetrators, but nobody can really seem to agree on what that punishment should be. Some states, quick background information before I go into the exercise. Some states have been convicting perpetrators of homicidal charges such as manslaughter, and other people are like, whoa, as much as we completely disagree with what that person did and we think they should be punished, a homicidal charge is a lot. Should we really be convicting people of homicide like manslaughter for the willful decision of the victim to commit suicide? It also begs the question, like, how is this going to impact our First Amendment rights? Again, we completely hate cyberbullying, but if we're going to crack down on this, doesn't that imply some sort of regulation of the internet, and how is that going to impact our freedom of speech rights? I also have been reading in my research that some people think that it's like the school's fault, like the school should be held liable. It's like, yeah, because that makes sense. How much power does the school really have? How much power do we really want to give the schools? Are you saying that it's the school's responsibility to patrol the internet of the students outside of classroom? Like, they should be going on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram and whatever and like making sure their students are behaving. I don't know. It's just a really complicated situation. Alright, so for the exercise, I had to find one source and choose a quote from that source, infuse it in a paragraph that I wrote, and explain how I cited it. I went to Westlaw and I found a really good source called Death by Bullying, a Comparative Culpability Proposal. It is from the Pace Law Review, and I highlighted and copy-pasted the appropriate section. I really like all of it, but I really, really, really like what I highlighted in pink. And then ignore that citation because that's Westlaw citation. Here is the paragraph that I wrote, and I'm going to show y'all the quote that I infused in there. So I wrote, most Americans feel that punishment should, indeed must, be imposed on perpetrators of cyberbullying, especially those instances when their actions were directly linked to the victim's taking of his or her own life. However, the questions of what this punishment should be and to what extent it should be carried remain in dispute. Some states have been indicting and subsequently convicting perpetrators with charges of manslaughter as justification. As tragic and as outraged the public feels towards cyberbullies, many believe that a homicidal conviction of manslaughter is far too heavy a criminal punishment to inflict for the willful suicide of another. Is this a bridge that the United States justice system should cross? In the article Death by Bullying, a Comparative Culpability Proposal, it states that the issue of culpability in suicide-related cases is not a new one. There is a precedent for holding a person criminally culpable for a victim's suicide. A notorious case involved the head of the Ku Klux Klan who was convicted of murder after the woman he raped killed herself with poison. Okay, so going to Purdue OWL, APA rules in text citations, it says that for short quotations, I have to list the author's last name, the year it was published, and the page number that I found that quote from. So here is her last name, Rogers, published in 2014, and I got that on page 344, which you can tell in Westlaw. This little green number, 344, means that everything after that and before the green 345 was found on page 344. Then I have to show how I would cite that on a reference page. Here is my work cited, and again, I went to Purdue OWL, reference list, APA format, and I followed this very basic format. Author's last name, comma, author's first initial, the year that it was published, title of article, title of periodical, volume number, pages, URL. And that all looks like this. Alright, thank y'all for watching, and I really look forward to hearing what everybody else decided to write about.